I'm back to show you how to use the Kreg jig. So in the first video, we set it up so that your clamping system was right here and this was all ready to go. So now I just want to show you how to make these wonderful pocket holes that will build you lots and lots of things. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to clamp the jig, and it's got a little divot in here. Not all of them have, but this one has. Clamp it up really tight and give it a little wiggle, make sure it doesn't move. Mine's moving. To a flat surface. Then you're going to place your drill bit in your drill. But before we do that, we've just got to make sure that we've set this in the right place. So on this collar, there'll be a little symbol. There might be a few, but there'll be a symbol with a drill bit on it. And this is where you're going to set your drill. There's another sliding switch here, and this is the speed. It's a 1 or a 2, and we're going to put it on 2 to give you a higher speed. Then place your drill bit in the what they call a chuck, and we're going to just assume that when we do this, that everything is going to go absolutely perfectly. But you can be sure there'll be lots of things that don't go perfectly, and it's really nice to know that I've done another video called Tips and Tricks, so it will cover anything that might sort of not go right. But for now, we're going to do this absolutely perfectly. I'm going to pop this in here, tighten it up, and then we're good to go. Make sure that you're going clockwise or forward and you're not on reverse. So the next part of this is to insert the wood. We're actually going to make a little stool. Well, not all of it, just part of it. And this is our rail. These are our legs. And I'm going to put my rail in the jig and just center it by eye. And I'm going to do the 2 outside holes and then clamp it in place and make sure it doesn't move. A little bit of a wiggle there. Let's try again. There we go. Now the next part is to insert the drill bit down the hole, one of the outside holes, and when you feel it hit the wood, bring it back just the thickness of your finger, turn it on full speed, keep that speed up, push your hand on the butt to push the whole drill down until it reaches the collar, and then when it reaches the collar, bring it out while the drill's still going. Ready? It was a little bit tough, that one, so you saw me come out in a bit. That was just to get rid of the stuff. And drop it in. I can feel the wood, bring it back a little, full speed, and push. You don't have to be strong to do this. Clamp your wood, turn it upside down, and make sure all the bits and pieces come out of that. That's really important. So there are your 2 holes, and then of course you'll do the other end as well, and you will have just touched the surface. Don't expect there to be great big holes there, just a tiny little dimple there where that is going to come through your screw. So this is the screw chart, which will tell you, if you know your thickness of wood, which you will, it'll tell you the length of screw. So now we need our driver. This is the drill. We need the driver. Does anyone remember where the driver is? Ta-da! Isn't that cute? I love it. That it's under there. So it has a square head. It's a little bit different to other heads of drill drivers. And I'll talk about that later too. In the drill, make sure that you're going clockwise or forward and not in reverse. Now setup is absolutely vital for this part. So I'd like you to have at least 2 clamps, please, and a very flat surface. This is our little rail that is going to sit between the 2 legs of the stool, and we need to have the face fronts down on both of the legs and of the rail. Now, I'll explain this later, but we're going to have a little lip at the front instead of it being flush, completely flush there. We're going to come back and have a little lip, and that just gives more leeway if the wood moves slightly. It doesn't look, it's not as noticeable as what it might if it was right at the front. To get that little lip, you just need a little bit of ply. This is 3.8 mil, can be 4, can be 6, whatever you like. You're going to clamp your leg down as far out as possible, and you'll see why in a minute. Sticking out as far as possible. And it's the rail we're working on. Pop your rail in. And this is when we want to slip this piece of wood up under your rail. Only your rail, not your leg, just your rail. Put a bit the other end so it doesn't sort of flop down. And we're going to drive in the screw. Now, I can drive in the screw if I make sure that's flush just there. Here. I could drive it in without being clamping, but I'll show you. It's better to clamp. So pop your screw in so that it actually just pops into the hole a little bit. You'll actually...
Stuff like that happens in the workshop. COVID attack.
So place your screw down into the little hole. You'll be able to feel it. Just make sure it goes in there and not off to the edge. Place your square driver in your square head, and with your hand on the butt, you're going to push, which is why this is really important that it's held. Now, I could put another clamp here, but it's going to be in my way, isn't it? If my piece of wood was longer, I could do it, but I want to show you something. As I push this in gently, so gentle on the trigger, but a hard push. So I'm pushing with all my body, but I'm just going to go slowly. And I'm going to make sure this is straight, not too high, not too low, just the angle that it's going in. And very slowly start. Now see the wood's coming right out? That's really freaky. People freak out. But if you keep going, ignore that, just keep going, it will come up. Now you can glue that or not, but we're not gluing at the moment. So now that is all fastened really, really nicely. Grab another screw. Just here. Find the hole. Just rest it there. Your job is to keep this square driver in the top of the screw. So that's not meaning go fast. It means push hard and go slowly until it locks. And that banging sound was just the driver coming out of the top of the screw and not actually doing anything. So what I need to do is push harder. So once it's locked on, you're home, you're there, you're finished. And there is a beautiful little lip. And now we're going to do the other one. And this could be tricky because my drill is longer than this whole rail. So when you're making something, do be aware that you can run into little problems like that. Let's see how we go. So if I put this over to the side, out of the way of my drill, tuck my little bit under, you can see that the wood is rising up there, which is not good because then it will be in the wrong place. These are all the tips and tricks that I was supposed to do in my other video, but that's okay. So I'll clamp it down, make sure the face that you want is down because this is the back side. 3 clamps is even better. It's a really lovely, easy way to join wood. This is a little bit high because my clamp's in the way and I'm too lazy to move it. but it's not affecting my joint. And now for the exciting bit, if I just made another one of these, ta-da! If I just made another one of those and then joined them with another 2 rails, put a top on it, I got a stool. How good's that?